Oh, we're live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning, Rusty.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
All right.
Welcome to the Bear Cave to a St. Patty's Day special. We are, well, I had to explain the recipe to him again. He's like my wife. They don't listen to me for nothing.
I knew the ingredients, but I had the presentation and the cooking process in my mind all wrong all week. I knew what the end result was going to be, but how we got there, I was just totally oblivious to his thought process.
And it's okay. It happens. But anyway, we laughed about it. And, well, for the last, I don't know, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
So anyway, got a little something different this morning. I wanted to put a spin on the classic St. Patrick's Day fair or feast or whatever you want to call it. No crock pots needed. Man, I don't know. I'm excited. I've been excited all week. A lot of steps that went into it. I've been shooting a video as I go to try to get everything in there. So that'll be coming out probably tomorrow. But morning, Charlie and Honey Badger. How are you?
Good morning.
I don't know. The computer's running slow today. There's Happy Leprechaun Day.
Leprechaun.
Yeah. I'm a little big for a leprechaun, but you know.
All I need is a flashlight. Put it under my beard.
So I got the grill heated up. I got the vortex heated up. And my crazy thought was if we cut cabbage into steaks and then grind the corned beef with some bacon to make patties, put the patty on top of the cabbage and then put it on a vortex so it'll cook faster. That was thought number one. So my lovely wife sliced some steaks for me, and some of them are straight, some of them aren't.
Turn this off again.
It's like having one of the girls around here or something, and teenagers. So what I did do though is I found these little pizza pans, single serve pizza pans. Pretty cool, right? This so happens one cabbage steak fits perfect on there. So I'm only going to do 4. I mean, I think I ground up like 5 pounds it was just shy of 5 pounds of burger. And then a pound of bacon, so 6 pounds.
These are really nice size patties.
So these were about, I think I got 12 patties. So they're roughly, that half to third pound or whatever.
Where'd you find these?
I found those at Hobby Lobby of all places. So cabbage steak, y'all have seen those. Set those down.
That's the ribeye cut.
Yep. This is a little bit bigger.
That's the porterhouse.
Now I've been wanting to do this for a while, but the corned beef was a new one to me. I hadn't thought about doing that. Now I want to put a little bit of olive oil on it. The grease from the burger is going to be the main seasoning agent for this cabbage, but a little bit's not going to hurt anything.
It'll be good with the bacon fat in there.
Yeah. Now, years and years ago, in a different life, I was trying to make sausage once a year. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Using your KitchenAid attachment.
Yep. So years and years and years ago in a different life, I tried doing this, and it worked really well, but I couldn't find that recipe to get the right ratio. I found one similar, so I just threw it out the window and wung it. But I'm going to put a little bit of... Actually, I don't even want to do that. I just want plain black pepper. I'm just going to use plain black pepper because I don't know how much salt's going to be in there. I soaked the corned beef for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I cubed it up, put it in a big pot, filled it up with water, so all the cubes were submerged.
And cubing it up, that would make for a much more salt extraction in such a short time.
Yes, and that's what I was thinking, was more surface area to. So I did it for 2.5 hours, and then, you know, if you were smart, you would fry up one and taste it, but hindsight's 20/40.
Mine's 2075.
Is it that high?
This eye is.
Okay. So
I
now,
love the smell of fresh ground pepper.
so now here's the pork patty. Now, in my video that I've shot, I tell you, I'm not a professional sausage maker. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a guy in his garage. So I didn't have butcher paper. I had parchment, and I had saran wrap. Y'all remember this, you know, back in the day, Mom would go to the store and she'd buy that big 5 or 6 pound thing of ground burger, wrap it in saran wrap, and throw it in the fridge. Pretty much what I did. Looks like I probably should have laid it out sooner. But the patties, there we go, look pretty good, don't you think? So that's going to sit right on top of there, just like that. All right. Just like so. What do you think of that?
Now I understand why you're gauging probably 45 minutes, because they're frozen.
Yes, yes. And the idea of being frozen was it would take longer, a little bit longer to cook. So then the fat to cabbage, the cabbage would have time to break down and absorb that, that fat. Also, because it's the high heat on the grill, it'll also char a little bit.
That's why whenever we were talking this morning, I'm thinking 45 minutes. It's only going to take 8 minutes, 10 minutes tops for these. I didn't know they were still frozen.
And that's when I realized
that's where our disconnect came together.
Because when we talked about this last week, he heard I'm assuming he heard that I was going to ground it up and make a burger out of the corned beef, that he went straight to, his brain shut off and went straight into building a burger and like bun and all that stuff, and not listening to what I was saying.
But in my mind, I was thinking burger patty out of the corned beef and bacon, and cabbage steaks using cabbage instead of the lettuce. And I was just thinking building a burger, that way. And that's just where my mind stayed all week long. That's what I thought we were doing.
Yep.
And he says that he explained it this way to me last weekend. I never heard him mention this particular plan.
So there again, like my wife, they don't listen for nothing.
I told him I just don't think that he explains it the way he sees it in his mind.
I want a little coarser black pepper, so that's why I'm going to switch to this one. Okay. And that's how I'm going to season that. So let's move on to step number 2 of this. Oops. So before I go to the grill with this, I'm missing all these comments. You ain't even paying attention. Huge. Yeah, it wasn't huge. Disappointed quickly. Oh, the storms. Tom, did you get any of that tornado stuff that went through Indian Lake? I mean, I know you're not there, but I know you're in Columbus and Honey Badger's up in Jackson Center. So y'all get anything like that? Anything from there?
And somebody was getting like, what, 20 inches of snow or something.
Yeah, Charlie. Okay, so then the other thing that I got is loaf pans.
Baby cabbages.
Y'all got loaf pans. These are probably my grandma's. I don't remember. But y'all got loaf pans, and you don't use them. You don't make bread.
Banana bread once a year. Then they
So,
sit in the cabinet, taking up space for all the lids and bowls.
Here's a thought. Put them on the grill. They fit perfect on the Vortex. I'm just saying. So we're going to, I got one bunch of Brussels sprouts halved and the ends cut off. That's where all the bitterness is on the ends. And I'm going to.
They never break down anyway.
Yeah. So then we're going to kind of heavily.
Speaking of Brussels sprouts, have you ever seen them harvested? Do you know how they come?
Like on the not the vine, but the
huge stalk.
The bunch, yeah.
Because I fixed the computers for Trader Joe's grocery store, and they sell Brussels sprouts, but they sell them fresh on the stalk.
Oh, nice.
And the first time I ever saw this, a couple years ago, I'm looking at that thing. I'm trying to think, what is this? And I pick it up. And funny thing, it was around Christmas time, and I thought maybe they're making some type of Jingle Bell assortment or something. And I pick it up, and they're attached to a freaking stalk this thick around. You got to cut them off. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, there was a guy I used to follow on Instagram years ago called Bacon Raider Barbecue, and he would get the stalks and weave bacon in between them, and then smoke the whole stalk.
Okay. Yeah, but if y'all haven't seen an actual stalk of Brussels sprouts, look it up. It's pretty interesting.
Charlie's probably got one in his.
He might be growing it himself.
Yeah. All right. So let me get my tray here. I will be ready to go to the grill.
You put these on at the same time. Yep. Brief intermission.
Yep. We will. Let me turn the camera a little bit, and then we'll talk. Spin y'all this way. You can't see now because it's all whited out, but anyway. We got this heated up to like 450. So those will go right here on the side. On each side.
I was letting you put those down so I made sure I had enough.
Just barely fits. It's catching on
The roundness of the dome.
the hook right there. Okay. Okay. All right, so there's that. Y'all couldn't see that. Kroger sells them by the stock. Dutchie, what's going on, buddy? Scotty's Backyard Barbecue, Dutchie. Who else did I miss? Who else did I miss? I got the thing right here. I'm not left-handed. That's what I need to be right here. Mandy, what's going on, cuz? Sounds like you two need to work on communication skills. I need to draw pictures.
I told him we need to write a script so I can read it during the week and get his ideas. He said that wouldn't help.
No, because like we can talk about stuff, and then I'll say, "Hey, look this up," and then I'll say, "Did you look anything up?" No, you didn't tell me to. So, yeah. Let's see. Hello, Pickles. Scotty, what's going on? Dutchie. Dutchie, happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Kroger sells them by the stock. Never seen them.
I've never seen them on a stock at Kroger. Well, then again, I don't actually have the Kroger. I have the Harris Teeters around here that I fix.
Yeah. The south side of Indian Lake is gone. All the places I go to at the end of the grocery store is gone. Cars look like golf balls. Wow.
Man.
They had, so Indian Lake was, I don't know, an hour and a half, kind of northeast of where I live.
Okay.
And they had like 7 tornadoes.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. There was 9 that touched down in that area. And, I mean, just leveled the place. So, thoughts and prayers to them.
That's awful.
Yeah. The tornado started in Walpock. I heard there were some in Botkins going to Bell Center and touched down in about 3 miles. About 10 minutes from the old house, yeah. Yeah. So, okay, so now this is the crazy part of my brain, right? And come on, stupid thing. There we go. So the crazy part of my brain said, all right, you got to have some sort of veg with this, right? Because, yes, those look cool, but you got to have the look of the Irish, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not Irish. I don't know. I'm German and French. A lot of German. But anyway, so I had this idea. We got this silicone thing we got paid like years and years and years, a long time ago. And it's got the pots of gold, the 4-leaf clovers, the coins, and the top hats. So I had this idea, and we talked about this, putting mashed taters in there, freezing it, and, you know, he gave me a way to try, and that failed miserably. So I tried it, just putting the taters in the silicone mold, and it came out pretty darn good. So what I did then was, oh, well, if I did mashed taters, how's that going to look on the plate? Well, end up doing carrots. I steamed the crap out of these carrots, add a little milk in the food processor, made a puree. Froze them the same way, boom, nice. Got to thinking, well, I'm almost there to the Irish flag. Let me see what we got. Oh, yeah, Italian too. Yeah, I forgot I always forget the Italian because I don't know. But I did broccoli. Broccoli puree. Now, y'all can't see that. Let me get a little closer.
We can't see the detail of the dollar sign.
So, y'all see that?
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Broccoli, taters, and carrot purees to make these coins, hats, and all that stuff. So, now that was really cool, and I was thinking, man, that was really cool. How's it going to griddle? That's the part that I'm nervous about. Because in my mind, it will sear, flip it, sear, and, you know, the inside will heat up and everything will be good. I'm afraid it's going to. So, screw it. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Put down a bunch of olive oil.
The idea here is for a little shallow fry. Maybe we can get the sear faster than the melt of the vegetables.
Yeah, because I don't want them to melt, but if it does, it does. And then it's just going to be dare I say, not a fail, but a learning experience.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm calling it. So let's try.
Is it hot enough to put that down already?
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. So let's try a couple of them and cross our fingers that it works. But I will turn the heat up. So let's see what else we got going on. Started cryptocurrency. It's more carrot, or dare I call it? I would say vegan, but I use 2% milk to help the stuff to blend up. So
that don't count as milk.
No. Oh yeah. So see, that may not work out. Anyway, so I'm trying.
In theory, it was a good idea.
Yeah, if I could have baked them in that silicone mold, but I don't remember whether that is safe. But what I could do is if I find the domes right behind it. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to fail. It's going to fall apart. Got a bad feeling about that one. But anyway, cheers.
And if it don't work, you didn't fail. You just learned a way not to try it.
Yeah. I'm hoping it works.
Maybe baking them in the mold would work.
I think that would work out better, but yeah. Vegan currency is good as monopoly money. That's true. I just got a Mike's Keto Journey. What's up, brother?
Hey, Mike.
I got a comment this morning from the vegan taste test.
And spam?
Yeah. And the guy was like, the main reason for the way he said it was that they do the vegan meat substitutes. Basically, it's a gateway drug. So if you were to go vegan and you still wanted chicken tenders, you could still have a chicken tender, but not be veggie based. And I was like, okay, now that makes sense. I'm okay. That makes sense. If I was eating spam and then all of a sudden I went to plant-based for some other reason, then I could still get a spam substitute without being a real thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Why vegans want meat, but not meat. Meat things that aren't meat. So I forgot the fella's name already, but I told him I won't forget that. Like, it's kind of like the gateway drug to get you into the eating stuff. And then I had somebody get on there and tell me that doing keto is not sustainable and long term it's not good for you and all this couple other things. And hey, I don't know. It's sustainable as you want it to be, and for me, it's cutting out the inflammation stuff. So that's what I use it for. Okay.
It's not falling too bad.
No. Well, I can work with that, I think. So the first couple look okay. I will get a thin
Dish spatula.
Yep. And I don't, because boy, that's thin. Not crispy yet. But these were frozen too, so this one spot, I did that vegan spam, and this one spot is just real sticky right here. I don't know what was in it that made it like that, but so anyway, the next thing that we're going to do is going on top of the on top of our burger cabbage thing.
And here's our little pot of gold.
Yep, that's for Cub when she gets back. Just a little chocolate coins put in their pot. But the idea was I was going to make a Swiss cheese bechamel. That's a big word. I was going to make a Swiss cheese sauce. But then, I don't like Swiss cheese. Well, that's fine. And the more I thought about it, I was like, that could be a little too punch in the face. I want a little something sweet, a little something kind of creamy. But anyway, so what I was thinking was like a Reuben's got 1,000 Island sauce. So one time on a keto show, not too long ago, I mixed up Duke's Mayo with the Heinz chili sauce and put that on. It was great. Thought this would be a perfect time to do that. So we'll whip that up really quick, and that'll be that. Start with the chili sauce because I only got so much of it, and instead of doing the ratio, this way we have chili sauce to use. Okay. Okay. You can't. I lost the details. They're turning in. They're not turning out.
Well, there'll still be potato patties.
Yes. They're still going to be good. They're just not how I wanted them to be. So let's just throw some more on there. Why not? Because at least they're going to be there. Y'all get the idea of what it was supposed to be, right? The veggie coins. Gets me why vegans make more veggie products that look like meat products. So yeah, Dutchie, that was my big question was, and I've asked my cousin that numerous times, like, dude, Big and Chris, why do that? And when this fella said that it's kind of the gateway for them to get into that lifestyle, then I was like, that makes complete sense. Okay. I'm down with it. Jeez,
I saw that.
Damn kids can't take you nowhere. Anyway,
it's just a little spill.
Half the damn bowl. Anyway, so then I was like, okay, so that's the gateway. I get it. Kind of like, the Weber kettle's the gateway to, or a pellet grill's the gateway to barbecue. I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. So you don't want it too tangy. So I hope you didn't overdo it.
I did. It tastes fine.
Okay. So that's done. That's done. These are not. They're doing what I thought they would do, but not what I was hoping they would do. If that makes sense.
If you try it again next time, just slide them in the oven. Make a one batch, slide them in the oven, and see what happens.
Yeah. And I thought and there's no binder in them. It's just the veggies and a little bit of milk. So, probably some sort of binder would have been okay. Trying to do this left-handed. Let's see. Some vegans are not by choice, Kiki and Maddie. Exactly. And that's where that dude's comment made complete sense was, if you have a health issue and you're like, I can't eat this way no more, then there's a substitute for that. And then it made complete sense. And I was sweet, cool, peace. Won't make fun of them again. I'll say that. Well, maybe. All that fake meat seems to stick to cast iron. This ingredient list is about. You're right. I mean, and that's what I was talking with Chris about was how is being vegan better when it's more heavily processed? It's like processed so much more and it's all, plants that are extruded through dyes and whatnot. And it's just, I didn't understand it. And he's like, it is, but the reason why he's vegan is because he was really heavy and he lost a bunch of weight eating vegan. So he just stayed that way because he doesn't want to go back to being over 300 pounds. So 10% of India are vegans. Oh, speaking of a million, we just heard this on the radio.
How much, not just beer, but Guinness, do you think is going to be consumed today? Just today only?
Estimated.
Yeah, throw up some numbers on here for us. Don't Google it, just throw up some numbers.
See, like, this one kind of held, so it kind of looks like a 4-leaf clover. This one.
Well, that's also broccoli. That's a whole lot more fibrous than these.
This one, not so much, but it's still a coin. But it wasn't a coin to begin with. Yeah, anyway.
These are magic.
Magic coins.
They turn from hats to coins. But we were before we started the show on the radio, we got it playing in the garage. They gave this little tidbit of information. 13.4 million pints of just Guinness is going to be consumed today only.
Yeah.
And we did the Google conversions, 1.6 million gallons. I mean, I just thought that was just tremendous. Especially since Guinness is so nasty. Can't believe people drink that stuff.
Well, I think that about coffee with creamer.
If they're going to drink beer, it ought to be Michelob Ultra.
That's not a bill. I know my cousin's like, that's his favorite beer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's been mine too since college.
Get a PBR. Get to put hair on your chest. Anyway, I don't drink anymore, so I've got some non-alcoholics in the fridge, but I just don't have that feeling anymore.
Right.
And little trivia fact, nobody really knows or probably doesn't care, but that's all right. July 4th will be 10 years since I started this sober train.
Man.
Yeah. I was like,
I didn't even think it was that long.
Yeah. Since I started. Now, we've gone off the rails a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been a couple times but that was the date that July 4th of 2014 was a date that I realized I had to change. And so, yeah, 10 years. Now, I've fallen off the rails a few times. I'm not going to lie. I'm not, and boy, when I say we fell, it was a train wreck. Got picked up out of a bush. But that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so just a little whatever. Yeah, these are kind of not working. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Well, that one fell apart. I might get one or two good ones put on here. That one's kind of okay. I mean, the bit spatula definitely works. That one's just mush. That one didn't hold up at all.
Potato pancakes.
Tater cakes, yep. Papa, Papa, Pop, Pop. Cub was supposed to be watching today because she's down chilling with her friend. And they were like, tell us what you're doing. And then they were supposed to be watching, so I don't see them in the chat, so it's okay. The carrot one, and maybe if I went thinner, like half the size,
Right.
maybe that would have worked out better. But the tater ones aren't doing so swell. You got to play with your food, all right? You're right. Am I right?
You're right. You're always right.
No, I'm not. I am in a house full of women. I am never right. And they all just kind of go, well, I don't know. Let's see, where are we at? Left-handed again. This will be the first St. Patrick's Day not drinking. Use smashed Guinness and oh. Yeah, I would put a little food coloring in my Budweiser, and then after a while it was like you didn't care. You just, or we would get the Heinekens, something in a green bottle, Yinglings, whatever had a green bottle, Mickey's. Oh, that was good, rough. But anyway, we'd get something in a green bottle and we'd smash those, and then we'd go to Yinglings were probably our biggest ones when I moved south. Was in Dublin 1 year ago. It was a madhouse. Sunny and everyone was hungover. I bet. In our household, 0 ounce. That's I'm not partaking today, probably. I had a bang a little while ago, so I'm like, yeah. Don't drink anymore. Now I consume. Dude, I used to, if you know how you get like a sausage and they poke it and it bleed out? I had foam coming out my mouth. It was bad.
Yeah, I don't drink much anymore either. I'm the kind of guy I can buy a 6-pack for the Super Bowl, and I drink the last one at the 4th of July cookout. I mean, I just don't. I think I do it just because I think I'm expected to do it.
Yeah. Guinness beef stew. We had talked about doing a corned beef stew.
Right.
And but I thought this setup would have been different. More to what we like, or what I like is something different.
But it pretty much came down to doing either the beef stew version or this version.
Yeah.
And we chose this.
Should have added flour and eggs to the tater one and made yep.
That's what we talked about this morning, wondering about how the process is going to go.
So I will make a note and do it again, because I'm probably not going to cook all these, because I can thaw them out and add this stuff, right, and then refreeze it, because it's just
vegetable.
Yeah. Stopped drinking 18 years ago. Congratulations, bud. Congratulations. Everyone is Irish today. Yeah, you ain't kidding. My wife's actually part Irish, so. Let's see. This one's here. Boy, that's just mush.
Man, he's not even making a potato pancake.
No, this one's probably done, yeah. I'm semi-corn. I lost half of it. Where'd it go?
They're all coins today.
I don't know. Let that go a little bit longer. See. Let's go check. You want to check the
let's go thermometer out there?
Yeah. Right.
Well, never mind. It's still frozen. We don't need a thermometer.
Yeah. We'll know when they're done. Where? Dip the lid. Yeah. Come on. Hold on, we had a technical difficulty. You're like, what the heck?
That's probably one.
Yeah.
That's me. Didn't stick my food in that hole.
Yeah.
Those were avocado?
All right. Sorry about that. We had a slight little, when we put the lid on, we turned it and it cockeyed everything. So the thing's got a mess. Absolute train wreck. So, but I think the sprouts are done. So let's set those right there. Oh man. I think that'll be fine. They'll be fine. Everything's good. Nothing's burning up. Well,
Nothing to see here.
it's burning, but it's okay. It's okay. I did try to sprout though. Those are good. Okay, so the tater ones are slap at or falling apart. Look at that. So, yeah, we're gonna have to do some work on that. I mean, they're holding shape somewhat. The other ones, because they're more fibrous, like what you were saying. Mark it down. I'm agreeing with him. I'm just kidding. Shoot. Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure what I think about this. What do y'all think? So I need to make it a little more. The tater ones definitely need more
They need something.
binder.
Egg, flour, cornstarch, pork rind.
Yeah. Pork rinds probably work out real good. I mean, they're not holding shape, so. Mandy, it's kind of like that. The time I brought the Easter egg mold to your house, and we tried making that that breakfast casserole in it. The idea was good. The end result technically wasn't good. it was a pretty like a Five Nights at Freddy's type deal, scary thing. But well, I don't know. At least you can kind of see what they are. Oh shoot! Hey, Stephen and Jacqueline, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, y'all see the awesome shirt my daughter bought him yesterday?
Yeah.
I found that in the store. She said that all she could see was Lee when she saw that.
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of yesterday, we went to a competition.
All the way in Clemson, South Carolina.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a ride, but that bum backed out. I'm sure he had a good reason, but so that forced 2.5 hours one way, because outside of my driving bandwidth, and it was dark.
The first hour was kind of rough because of the time change.
Hour. Let's just say it was like 6 a.m, and the sun doesn't come up till 7:30. And we're cruising down the highway, and I know he was keeping speed limit, and he's white knuckling it. And it's foggy,
and it was super foggy,
and I couldn't look out the windshield because I was starting to get like nervous because he can't see out of one eye. He drifts and holds the line on the left side. So I'm like, oh geez, oh geez, oh geez, and cars are passing, and they're like it was almost like if he had a long arm, he could reach out and touch him. Like it was close, and I was like, I can't look. So I looked out the side window, and then the wife was like, "Text me when you get there." So I get when he stops, he shuts the car off. First thing I do is I take a picture, and he goes, "Are you telling her you made it safe?" I said, "Yep."
That's okay, because my wife told me the same thing. I had to text her when I got there.
Yeah. So the wives were worried about us, which is good because I was a little worried about us too. As soon as I heard he wasn't coming, I was like, oh, crap. Shoot. Yep. Rex is going to enjoy that one. These are just falling apart. Okay. Anyway. But we went up there, and I was on the list to judge. But I showed up just to see, and they needed help, so I got to help. And
the event organizers sent out an email last week saying, "Hey, we got 28 teams here. We need some judges to sign up. If you didn't make the list, please sign up and show up anyway." And because they needed more judges, and I called him and told him to check his email. He saw the email. He signed up immediately. And they found him something to do. Yep. He was holding boxes of food, riding in the golf cart, hitting the speed bumps while the other person was driving.
Yeah, so what they do is they have called the novice tables. And so that's for the new guys. They come in, they do the seminar, and then they do a novice cook. They have to do 4 tables where you sit with a certified judge, and they tell you what to look for about the box, what's good about it, what's bad about it. Everybody talks about the box, and that way everybody's on the same page as far as what to look for, what they picked up, what they didn't, and what they needed was where we were at the RV park was the main part up here. The turn-in was up here for the main judges, and then you had to go down the sidewalk, down a hill, over to another pavilion or shelter where they had the novice over there. So they had a golf cart set up, and a lady drove, and I was riding, and I was holding like 6 styrofoam boxes tight so they couldn't fall, and that they got down there okay. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was something different. I mean, that's what they always tell you is you may not eat. I mean, you're going to eat, but you're judging. There's more to it than just being a judge. There's more to.
There's so many different jobs for a judge to do.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I got to do that, and then at the end, after the box goes around the table, it comes back to another table, and then whenever they're ready, we take them another box. So I was a part of that, and then at the end, all the partial boxes we combined, and we divvy out into bags so the judges can take some home. Let's see. Do they celebrate St. Paddy's Day in the islands? Not really. Not a big thing here. But I'll have the gathering here. Okay. Do you scream what's in the box? No. I was trying not to scream while she was going down the hill, because at the bottom of the hill was a 45-degree hill, and then it was a 90-degree turn at the end. So it was like, what? But it was pretty cool.
And it was a beautiful day.
Oh man!
They said that the last 2 years that it was really windy and raining. But they were glad to have a year with really good weather.
So that was pretty cool. The ride home was actually a lot better. I was a little more relaxed.
No, I can see.
But 2.5 hours is well outside, I think, the range.
Right.
So,
and to be honest, I'm not sure what happened with Wes, why he couldn't go. But whenever you and I talked on Wednesday and you signed up, if you would not have signed up on Wednesday, I don't think I would have went yesterday just because of the drive.
yeah.
But after you had already signed up, it's your first one of the year, and I'm like, he's excited about it. I'm excited about it, and we're going to go ahead and do it.
So what else was really cool is I didn't realize how close I was, but that event was my number 15.
Number 15.
So now I have to cook with a team, and then the next event would be I get my senior apron. So pretty awesome. So,
and I got mine a couple weeks back, and we had done everything together, but a few things come up. He had some family trips and stuff, so I got a couple more. More than he did. I got a couple more faster. So yeah, I got my apron 3 weeks ago, I think it was. So he's finally getting to catch up, but he had a lot. He had vacation trips and stuff like that, and
swim.
Right, and so I just happened to get a couple more than he did, a little bit faster.
Yep.
But
and the comp that we're doing in a month, it's almost a month today.
Come see me.
Will count as my cook with the team.
In order to advance, you have to cook. Well, to get your senior apron, you have to cook with one team. To get your master's apron, you have to cook with a total of 3 teams. And so this year they changed the requirement to where, since we are our own cook team, before we couldn't count one of our cooks as a requirement to be met to get our aprons into advance. But starting this year, they changed that. So now we can count one of our cooks as a requirement. So this year, whenever we do come see me, I get to sign off on his name, and he gets his apron. And then I think this was his number 15. This was my number 18. So I'm just three ahead of him.
Yeah.
So probably not this season, but next season we both could possibly be a master.
I don't know. That's another 15 cooks or 15.
Well, I know you got a lot of stuff going on still with you're doing 5Ks and swim coming up and stuff.
Yep.
So I'm probably going to beat you to that too.
It's fine. I mean, it's one of those small achievements, but
luckily our buddy Wes, who just started it this season,
he can see.
The ones that are farther away, Wes has no problem going to those. To him, it's no big deal. So I get that. I've been riding with him, and so I mean that's a big help because he goes to ones that are pretty much out of our driving range. So there's going to be plenty of cooks where we'll get to go to more than we've had exposure to in the past just because of the driving limitations.
So let's see. I don't know. I lost it. I lost
it. Find it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I lost it. I don't even know what I was going to do now. There it is. I mean, I know our burgers aren't done yet. Let me go check this. I know they're not even close. Entertain the people. Do a little dance.
Okay.
127.
127? Well, at least they're not frozen anymore.
See if we can't get that temperature up a little bit. They don't look like I thought they would. I thought they would look more pinkish, but you know, hey, whatever. So what else we got going on?
Oh, while I was getting ready to come up here this morning, I had just had YouTube randomly playing videos, and there was another guy had a 20-quart Dutch oven like mine, and I forgot his name, but he was showing out, hey, look how big this thing is. He said, just kept talking about it. I'm one of these forever, and he went through his seasoning process and all, and he was explaining how, he said, yeah, I know it's a China piece of iron. He said, but Lodge is the only American company left, and they don't make one this big. So if you want one this big, you have to buy a China iron.
Yeah.
And then he started going to the different companies. Like mine is a Texport. His was Carolina Classic.
Yep.
And then he started naming off a couple of other manufacturers in China that happened to have a 20-quart Dutch oven. But his whole episode was nothing but just introducing people to the 20-quart. Because he said there's people out there that have never seen one this big. Mm-hmm. And he said people might give you a lot of slack because you're buying a China piece. He said, but you have to if you want one this big because this is the only place they make them.
Yep. So Carolina Cooker, Bayou Classic. Those are two that come to mind. Texport. They're all made at the same.
Right.
I want to say they're all. I don't know 100%, but from looking at the handle style, they're all made the same. And I know Bayou Classic and Carolina Cooker have the same, like have the big ovens, the big kettles. You can buy the big, like the big kettles, the big pots.
Right.
Like they do for kettle corn, that kind of stuff. So you can get those there. Would be really cool if, one of those awesome places, hit me up as a sponsor. But, hey, whatever. Speaking of sponsor, my wife's in there. But Tom's Food Factory, $5. Okay, I missed something. After that dance, Rusty, come and get a little closer to get your dollars. Oh, $5 if you never do it again. Hey, put that in the mail. Oh, no. Don't go there. This is a family show. He goes from lifting his shirt up to stirring the sauce.
At least I used the spoon.
Yeah. Never mind. Dude. Anyway, but I did find, I was at the thrift store the other day, and they haven't had hardly anything lately. Last several months I haven't found anything. But I found a BSR Century Series number 8 grill. And it's a number 8, or it says made in the USA at the top in the typewriter font. And then at the bottom it says stove griddle, or it says number 8 stove griddle. So in that font, in the handle, it's a short handle. Makes me think it's a Century Series. Looks like it's never been used. I got a video coming up when I get them out of the light tank. But it looks like it's never been used. Not even seasoned. And the front side has a spot where it looks like there could have been the sticker, like the glue from the sticker. Right. But it's only on one section. So I was like, let me just go ahead and throw it in the light tank and get it done. I got 2 other pieces in there. And, it's like I'm shooting a video while I started to. I'm dropping them in the light tank, and I'll pull them out and clean them and season them.
That's what you call in the collecting world new old stock.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool because it's Century Series. So what is that? Mid 70s,
right?
Up. So, But it's a little brittle, you know. Let's see. Colt, were there judging for the centers? Oh yeah, no, we're not doing that. Boom, chicks. What's up, Andy? It's my brother there. I was talking to his son, my nephew, yesterday, and his daughter. Daughter's got a new boyfriend. She's like 8. No, she's a little older than that, but this is like the first serious boyfriend, so we were kind of teasing. I was teasing her,
Right.
you know.
The funny thing, yesterday my daughter went to CC's Pizza with some friends from work. And when she got there, the manager at CC's Pizza, looked at her and said, "I'm not trying to be weird or anything, but where do I know you from? Do you work around here?" And she said, "No, but I'm Rusty Kitchenell's daughter." And she said, "That's where I know you from. How's Rusty doing?" Come to find out, the manager there was my first girlfriend in the summer between 3rd grade and 4th grade. And they just started talking. But
3rd and 4th grade?
Huh? Yeah.
Like she remembers you from way back then?
Yeah, we're still friends on Facebook, and we went to school together, graduated together. I mean, we've been friends forever. But
damn, I didn't get into girls until I was like sophomore, junior in high school. I was still into G.I. Joes and He-Man.
Well, you know me, I didn't do the superheroes in the comics and stuff. But that was kind of funny. Whenever Tamara texted me, she said, "I can't go anywhere without somebody knowing me and you." No, she said, "I can't do anything in this town."
Yeah. Let's see.
But I told her, I said, "Yep." I said, "Ann Johnson." I said, "Yeah, that was my first girlfriend." And then she said, "Yeah, I know. She told me."
Yep. So I was teasing my niece about the boy and whether they're holding hands yet, because they did the whole pre-dating thing now before you get into just talking, which leads into actual certified. I don't know why they have to do that, but they go from just talking to, it's the whole pre-dating thing, to now we're whatever, and then it gets into now we're official. So
there's 3 steps to getting a boyfriend and girlfriend now?
Evidently.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I knew that from the girls, years ago, but it's all. But Century Series started in the 50s, but if it reads Made in the USA, it's 60s and above. Yep. I would show you, man, but I got it in the. I went to send you an email, but I couldn't figure out how to attach a picture to the email, so I didn't. I did reach out to Cast Iron Kev, though, on Instagram, and I sent him a picture, and he said Century. He said could be Lady Best because of what it was, but I think Lady Best all had wooden handles. So, but I did see somebody put up the new Dolly Parton series.
I saw Lodge. Remember they released it, and I saw Lodge's Facebook page, and they were going through all of them. And then Tamara tagged me and you in the picture after we had already seen it. But.
Yep. And I don't know. I'm not a huge Dolly Parton fan, but
I thought the guitar skillets looked pretty cool.
Yep, those are kind of cool. And Cub's got one of the guitar skillets upstairs on her wall, but it doesn't have her signature.
Right.
And that's the difference. The 2 that have her image or likeness don't look like
her at all.
So I don't.
They didn't even look like a good character representation.
The one where it's like a side view and it has the butterfly, I had to zoom in and then hold it way out to see it because it didn't.
Your eyes.
Yeah, because I was like, it's kind of looks like, I don't know, like the continents, but not. And there's a butterfly, so it didn't make any sense. And then once I zoomed in and I held it out, then I could see that it was a side image of Dolly. But the boobs weren't big enough.
No.
I mean, not to be funny, but I mean to be funny. Maybe that was her in her younger years. Maybe they'll come out with like, never mind. like the
whenever they get hot from the stove, they expand.
Well, what I was thinking, it just ran through my head was maybe they'll do like the skull pan, how it has and the heart pan that just came out, the has a 6. Maybe they would do them as boobs. I'm just kidding. It probably won't happen, but I'm sure there's one on the internet. Charlie's probably already found it. Well, the carrot ones have held, and the broccoli ones have held. These tater ones, not so good. So, I think I've got enough to screw up.
Got enough to make a plate?
Yeah.
Take a picture?
Yeah, I mean, y'all get where I was going with that, right? Like the image. So I'm going to put these back in the freezer and I'll play with those later. Slide those in the freezer. Actually, if you want to grab a packet of burgers, there should be a couple burgers up there. We'll see if we can't fry those up while we're waiting on the other ones to cook up. Move these down. These didn't work. So let's see. What else we got? At least they look good like burger.
Yeah. Look like a homemade patty. Maybe because that's what they are.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if anybody's seen it. I know Scotty would be interested. Is Pit Boss has got a new drum. I think we talked about this yesterday, but it's a drum smoker, kind of like the Oklahoma Joe one, but it's a Pit Boss. Grill Sergeant went through it, and it was kind of interesting because, I mean, it looks like the Oklahoma Joe Bronco, but the door, when you open the door, it's got a pan, so when it hinges out, the basket comes with it. So that was kind of cool. I hadn't seen that before, and that was kind of neat.
Whole lot easier to add more fuel and get the basket, shake it off, take it out, whatever you got to do.
Yep.
Don't got to burn your arm reaching in.
Yep. So that was kind of neat. I did see that. I don't know. Don't dance, but entertain for a minute. Because I'm running out of mental bandwidth here.
And now we're starting to talk about, the weather's getting really nice. Planning on, a camp out at our local parks here, set up the tent and do some fishing, catch, clean, and cook videos, bringing out the Blackstone or some cast iron in a fire pit and do some cooking at the river at the campsites. But it's just about that time. Yesterday, on the way home, we were talking. He said, it's time for us to get there and go fishing. We just renewed our fishing license 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so it's time for us to go out there and go start doing some fishing again. One thing I hate is I sold my boat last year. So we don't have a boat to go play in the water now. We have to do bank fishing, but that's how we did it before I got the boat. Got some good ideas for some videos coming up for that. And these are my favorite videos, the outdoor cooking ones. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy this. It's great to just get out of the house, come out and hang out with him. Gives me something to do. And but I look forward to the outdoor cooks. I think those are definitely my favorite ones. I mean, last year I really liked when I brought my 36-inch Blackstone and we did all kinds of stuff in the backyard and stuff here. But whenever we go out and set up in the backyard, I really like those a lot better. What do y'all like? Y'all like those outdoor cooks better than this stuff, or is it all doesn't matter? It's all runs together and it's the same train wreck.
Yeah, the big thing is the trying to be different in some semi-entertaining at the same time as being not the same, not being boring. Had a lot of rain, haven't had back-to-back sunny days. Yesterday was beautiful. But at noon on the day before, the bottom fell out, and I mean it was shaking the house.
Thunder was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was nuts. And then yesterday was beautiful, and today's kind of really overcast and gloomy. But yeah, them are terrible. Oh my gosh! Just kidding. We're trying. But let's see what else we got.
That actually looks good.
Yeah, I might work on that, guys. Let's see. What else was Cub almost she was at a Buc-ee's and almost got me the Buc-ee skillet. If she would have called me, I probably would have Venmoed her some money. But she didn't, so
you need that beaver hanging on the wall.
Yeah. But man, what else we got going on?
Let's start going through our barbecue boxes and getting an inventory of what's been sitting in the boxes for 4 years.
Yeah.
What we need, what we got to replace, battery check, light bulb check.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, that's coming up. Be looking for that. See if I can't get a couple of these put on a plate, because those are getting close. One or two.
You know, I called Roger yesterday and texted him and asked him if he was going to be cooking and come see me. He said yeah, so he's going to be out there.
So that guy, interesting. I don't know if I should even bring it up, but I'm going to.
I wonder what you're going to say.
So, nice fella, but he cooks with, what was it? Cedar. Y'all tell me what you think. Stand by. We'll be sitting in the rain. Oh, yeah, the rain will be coming.
No. He's been one of my friends for probably 15, 18 years. I used to be a tournament pool player, very avid pool player. He was on one of the teams that I played against all the time. And we just had the league is called the APA, the American Pool Players Association. And it's just your local bars have got leagues and stuff, just like a bowling league. And that's where I met him at. And then from there, we just gotten better friends and realized that he likes to cook too. And he's got him a pull behind smoker. All the times I've done all the cooks for the local high school and churches and Boy Scouts, he's always offered his cooker to help out too. And after our first cook next to each other, we saw it was at Come See Me. We could smell the wood. I'm like, something's not right. And then he come over and we asked him about it. And he came over to my house with his cooker to help me do the band barbecue. And I had to tell him, we're going to have to clean out your firebox. We have to get all that cedar out and put in fresh, because I had stacks of wood at the house and charcoal. But I had to get him to clean that out because I told him, I said, I can't have that flavor mixing in with the rest of the stuff. But he does. He really enjoys cooking with cedar. And that was just a really strange thing for us to see.
It was a real heavy, almost like over smoking with mesquite. But that's what it reminded me of, was like if you were smoking with mesquite. Oops. These are cooled down enough now. Yeah. Oh no. Let's see. Okay. Ugh. So we were talking about, and it's okay, I can say this because nobody in the SCDA is watching this, but we're talking about doing our cook, right? And they're talking about an ancillary, and it's anything but, right? So anything but pork. And I think we've come to the thing we're going to do the popcorn. We talked about it a little bit last week.
The cast iron popcorn.
Yep. So we're going to do, that'll probably be either a standalone video or a live where we just cook popcorn to try it out and see. He was talking about kettle corn, but I don't think I want to go that far. Might get some dessert shake though to put on.
Right.
Dessert shake or gator shake. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I don't like kettle corn. I just thought that would be something pretty simple to make into cast iron. But,
yeah.
And a lot of the public might like it, but
yeah.
Money-wise, the money you had to put out for this anything but category, we've wasted so much money in the past, and we were told by everyone whenever we first started, don't go crazy, don't spend a lot of money on this, and here we are, brand new at it. We thought we were going in there to win, and we spent more money than we really ever should have.
Yeah, you spend a couple $100, and you're just giving it away.
It's on stuff that you're giving away.
Okay, so the mashed taters was good, but it's falling apart. Okay. Not. It's a hot one. I can burn my gullet all the way down. Okay. So, it's the ancillaries are really kind of neat because you can spend as much as you want or as little as you want. There's guys that do brisket tacos, and they usually come up pretty close to the top.
Shrimp and grits.
Shrimp, yeah, they were.
Jambalaya.
So but I think the popcorn's going to be interesting, different, and cheap. But so we were talking about the way we do the cook, and then we got to see some buddies that are cook teams we hadn't seen in a while.
You got to walk around.
Yep. So that was pretty cool, and kind of got some of their take on. They didn't know it as we were talking, but taking some mental notes. And the Joe was hilarious. So when we first started our first comp, his team was set up beside us, and at night, we didn't know what we were doing. So at night, we didn't have any lamps or anything. We just had our headlamps.
So the camping headlights.
That's what I cook with at the house. So that's what I had at the comp. And he looked over and he said, "Y'all don't know what you're doing, do you?"
Mm-hmm.
Nope. We know how to cook, but we don't know how to. And so he loaned us some lights, and then we went out and got camping lights, whatever. And so his wife was there, and he's like, "Have you met my wife?" And of course, we'd met her some time ago. And we said, "Yeah, if you ever hear him talking about these guys that were cooking beside us that were using candles, that was us." And she goes, "You guys were really using candles?" And I was like, "No," but it was funny. So, but it was good to see some of the guys that we hadn't seen in a while.
Turn up a little bit.
It's on high. Can you see it? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's see. It used to be a combination of what? And mulberry wood? Catupula?
Not familiar with that tree.
Yeah. Mulberry, I've heard that, but I hadn't never tried mulberry. Huh. I always stick with, I use a lump charcoal, and then I use like cherry. That's pretty much it. If I'm using pellets for smoking, like cold smoking, that's another topic. When I use the cold smoking, I use hickory usually. I bought a bag of hickory pellets, probably 6 years ago, and I've still got them. But so I did the smoked eggs video, and I actually had a guy reach out and say, hey, he's training to be a pit master at a local restaurant, and he's like, this would be awesome as a dish. And I was like, it'd be fantastic. But once you have them peeled, if you want a more smoke flavor, cold smoke them just a little bit to put a little more smoke in there. And he was like, that's amazing. I was like, so, and then do the deviled eggs, like the yolks and stuff, and add a mustard barbecue sauce instead of mustard. And so I'd be interested to hear how that goes. Cat tall paw. Okay. It's a tree with the big pods that hang off. Some people call it a cigar tree. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I didn't even think that you could smoke with that.
Like magnolia.
Yeah. Oh. Well, cool. Learn something new every day. So have you done smoked eggs? You don't like deviled eggs?
I don't like deviled eggs, but I've smoked them before. And they always seem to be, they were hard to peel. Even if you go straight from the smoker to the ice bath to cool them down. And then I found a video a couple years ago, the trick on how to make eggs so easy to peel. When you hold the egg, and the egg has got the top and the bottom has got a more pointy end and a rounder end. You take a spoon, and on the rounder end, you just lightly tap it, and then you'll hear a pop.
Yep.
That pops the membrane inside the egg, and whenever you go to peel it, it peels right off.
Well, there's like an air pocket in there, and you're cracking that, so when you cook it or whatever, the water or the heat gets up in there, and that's what separates.
But it just makes it so much easier to peel if you do that little tap it with a spoon.
I've tried that. I tried using a pin, like a needle.
Right.
I've tried all things, and every chicken's different. Every egg is different. In that video I had 6 of them on there. The first 2 peeled great. Was it the 4th one? 4th or 5th one? Came out like I normally get, where half of it sticks and it looks like the surface of the moon.
Have you ever seen those egg boilers? It's a plastic tube or bowl, whatever, shaped like an egg. You crack the egg, you drop it in there, and then you screw the top on and drop those into boiling water.
Yeah.
I bought one of those because I hated peeling eggs. And the freaking eggs even stick to the inside of that plastic thing.
Even if you spray it?
I sprayed it with Pam. It's still, they didn't come out as easy as they do on the commercial.
Yeah, I always have trouble with eggs. And Keto Mike and I, we went back and forth, and Mandy and I have gone back and forth. I just have trouble with it. So
every year, whenever we have the family gatherings, Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, Teresa always does the deviled eggs, and that's one of the things I leave her be, let her do it, so I ain't got to deal with it.
Let's see. Used to use the cat. How'd you pronounce it again? Cat paw po. Worms for fishing. Oh, okay. Used for the railroads for spikes. Huh. Cool. Well, let me go check these again. They should be done. They were really close. They just didn't have the color I was looking for. Ooh, let me get
You
it.
can always take the patty off and throw it in the center and sear it on both sides real quick, and then place it back on the cabbage.
Yeah. Yeah, there is that. All right, y'all. It's been almost an hour.
Yeah, I started my corned beef and cabbage this morning. Had to get up at 5, cook breakfast for my wife while she got ready for work, and got her food done, her coffee done. Then I sat down and the local Aldi here had briskets marked down to $2.99 a pound, the corned beef briskets. So I went ahead and I picked up 2 of them, and it was too much for my crock pot. I've got 4 crock pots at the house. Even for my biggest one, it was too much. So I got my black roaster pan out, chopped up my cabbage, laid a bit of cabbage down, sprinkled it with salt, pepper. I don't really use fresh garlic because I just think it's so much easier to open up a jar and get the spoon of the garlic out. But I put the salt, pepper, and garlic on top of the cabbage, laid my briskets on top of the cabbage, and then put carrots, corn, and onions on top of that, and put it in the oven to get that started. So it ought to be ready around noon. But I don't like corned beef, but the family does, and so they were marked down that were that cheap. So I made a meal, and even if we don't, or say we, if they don't eat it all today, they've got food for 2 or 3 days. And I know I made way too much, but they were just so cheap. I went ahead and got it. But corned beef and cabbage is just one of those things that corned beef, period. This is one of the things I just don't like it.
There we go.
All right.
Smells good.
It does.
Smells like a winner. We'll see if it tastes like one. I don't know. The color, I was hoping for a little more color. I mean, like a couple of them look really good. So there is that. Kent, what's going on, buddy? So, but I think if I'd done them on the Weber and not the Vortex, it wouldn't have burnt the edges.
Right.
Lessons learned, lessons learned. But I think that's something there. So I should let them cool down before I do anything. But like that one looks pretty decent.
It does.
But I know we're getting close on time. Went a little bit longer than what I intended. A little bit longer than intended. There we go.
Wow, it's been an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The time went by quick.
Yeah. So let me show you all this. How's that? What do y'all think of that? Get a couple snappy snaps for the old. Oh! Forgot the salt. Forgot the salt. Forgot the sauce. There we go. How's that? Does that look good?
Yeah, you sprinkle some gold coins around the perimeter of the black plate. And that's up that picture.
You want the chocolate coins?
Yeah, just to have the gold.
Or let's do this. Because the chocolate will there. How's that? Maybe. Maybe. A little better.
Looks like Michael J. Fox was trying to do it.
Pretty close. Pretty close. Pretty close. Let me what is this? Burgers? Mike.
Corned beef burgers. Corned beef and bacon grind made into patties cooked on top of cabbage steaks.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. All right. Do we want to do a taste test, or do we just want to get out of here?
Let's taste it. Let them know how it come out.
Okay.
Snack over there.
No. All right. Cabbage is cooked. That's a good thing. Not really a knife, but cabbage did get cooked.
Yeah, nice and tender. It's really good.
Yeah!
I'm surprised. I don't get any of that briny flavor that's usually in the corned beef brisket. And it's got a really good grilled flavor from the charcoal. That's really good.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Rusty likes it. He likes it. He really likes it. Like a commercial.
Hey, Mikey.
Yeah. So we can go culinary freedom. Oh man.
Still needs a bun.
Well, I told you if you wanted one, bring one.
I know.
Sprouts are good. I mean, these little coins taste like the veggies. Because I didn't do anything with them. I should have. But the star of the show are these little patties.
Yep, very good. Very nice job, buddy.
Nice. So, that's the star of the show right there. So, we're going to continue to cook those. Let's get out of here. This is a great experiment.
Yeah.
Got to work on the coins, though. So, next year,
it'll be right.
well,
Then you can sell.
it'll be different. I don't know if it'll be right, but it'll be different.
And after you get the process perfected, sell it to all the local restaurants. And they can put it on their table for St. Patrick's Day dinner.
Yeah, okay.
Or they can subscribe to the channel and learn it from us.
Yeah. So it's just a spin. I mean, it's something different. I didn't want to do the traditional because that's not me. I mean, I like traditional.
And I was thinking more traditional whenever we talked about it, because I thought it was going to be on a bun with the burger down and cabbage instead of lettuce, and it was going to be a burger. But it is. It's really good, Lee.
But if y'all are, wanting to try to make a sausage, super easy, super simple. Get about 5 pounds of corned beef, cut them into chunks about yay big, and then put it in a pot of water and let it soak for about 2 hours in the fridge. 2.5. Drain it. I should have let them dry out a little bit, but I didn't. And then grind it Just use KitchenAid mixer with the grinder attachment. It's like $40. I've had one for years. A friend left it. So after about 10 years, it becomes your property.
That's right.
So that's how he's lost a couple pieces of cast iron. But anyway, and then you grind up bacon as you put in so many pieces of the corned beef. Then you add so much bacon, and just alternate back and forth, flip it around. And then I didn't use any seasoning because you got the seasoning in the corned beef, right, and you got the bacon, so you don't know where your salt's going to be. And I just seasoned with black pepper when I cooked it. So super easy. Makes you feel like the hero. So yeah, buddy. What I'm talking about. And Rusty likes it. I know.
The patty is really, really firm. With the bacon in it, it doesn't lose any integrity. It doesn't fall apart. It doesn't have any seams where the bacon fat would be. It is. It's a really good experiment.
All right. Well, with that, we've been on for way too long. And we're going to get out of here and finish cooking up those burgers. And yeah. So let's get out of here. Remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome. Happy St. Patty's Day. Everybody be safe.
Have a great week, guys.